up, beautiful people? Welcome to ZMB Talks. Of course, I'm your girl, Idiot, near the People's Bay. Guess what? We're sitting on 60,000 subscribers. I know you can see it. I just had to say it. And because of that, we had to bring someone who is quite, not really, I don't want to say quite famous, but yes, he's quite famous. He's doing it. Every time he releases a single, he makes sure he goes all out in terms of, marketing, promoting it, making sure he's all up in our faces. I'm talking about the one and only. What is that?
That's literally like letting them know that, we're here and we're taking over.
What do you say?
If I'm to translate it properly, it's let me show them how it's done.
Oh, yeah. And what tribe is that?
That's Setswana.
Setswana.
That's Setswana.
See what?
Setswana.
I've got a heavy tongue, man. Setswana.
Yeah.
So what do you say again?
Your crib. Like about 2 minutes in here. Start night. Don't forget the ZM. Do you understand?
This is okay. Yes, Dark KnightZM, ladies and gents. What's good?
I'm okay, man. How are you?
I'm awesome. It's good to have you on ZMB Talks, man.
I'm also grateful to be offered this platform today.
We've just been seeing you around. We're like, okay. Very soon he's going to sniff around here, and you are here.
I'm here today. Long coming
for real. Like, what's been happening, bro?
It's been a lot happening. I'm in a good space right now, and I'm feeling like very blessed.
Yeah. I was listening to your song, Special Somebody. Did you have the joys in that song?
Yeah,
music video.
That's when I think I went a few years, no, maybe a year or so. That's when I just started them. Then.
Oh, interesting. Yeah. I know you're from Botswana, right?
I'm from Zambia. I'm from Zambia, but I was raised in Botswana.
So when we say you're from Zambia, like, what do we mean? Both parents Zambian?
Yes.
Oh, then you just, okay. Oh, okay. But where were you born in Zambia?
I was born in Zambia, Kitwe to be exact. I just don't know the hospital's name again.
You don't suit to be from Kitwe, man. We need to grab you from the Kitwe people.
Oh.
I look
like LSK on.
LSK on board.
Buddha's land. Yeah.
That song was quite a huge song. How did you start working on Special Somebody, man?
For those who don't know, Special Somebody is a song that's produced by Cream Dollar and Yikes. So by that time, I was under Guap Music, which was Cream Dollar's label. At that time, the label was just focused on making sure that we compete in the market and the Zambian music industry. So we were always trying to come up with different ideas from what's literally going on around. I'm sure you can testify to say, if people tell you I'm from the Copper Belt, it's not the music you expect to come from me. You're expecting to hear that hard knock, that loud music, you know what I mean? I think we're moving different. We've been moving different since then.
Do you have a clear definition of your sound?
I literally don't like to box myself in the artist corners. I like to look at myself as a creative in general. So I'm not only appealing to the musical side of things, I'm also appealing to arts, crafts, and everything else.
Interesting. You have a new song that's out.
Yeah.
But before we actually get to the song itself, how long has it taken you since the previous song that you released?
It's been 3 years.
3 years. Why?
Yeah. Because, like I said before, I'm one person who's really so conscious about what I put in the world. So, and also the side of the marketing side of things, I always try to make sure that whenever I release a song, it's up to par and it will perform on its own. Yeah. So DM is a song that came about through a life experience that I went through.
Vamalav.
True. And so yeah, DM is a true story that I decided to put out there because I felt like a lot of men and society in general can relate to it. How the saying goes to say men are not supposed to be emotional about certain things. But I just wanted people to know that suicide thought so I felt like I could be saving a life out there by sharing what I went through. Yeah.
So what were you doing during this 3-year period, man?
There's been a lot that has happened. There's been a lot that has happened. Within the same 3-year period, I lost my brother, family member, Krim Dollar. That in itself kind of injured my musical side of things because he was the only one that used to work on my music. You know what I mean? So imagine trying to find another producer that you related to that way. It's been really, really rough. Really, really rough. But then, you know, better days are always, you know, ahead. Today we're talking of a different situation.
So how did you meet Krim Dollar?
Well, I met Krim somewhere 2012, somewhere 2012 when I just came back from Botswana. I was introduced to him by some of my friends that I used to do music with back in the days. Yeah, so from there, got introduced to Krim in a different light. By that time, I was doing a show for movie TV that was titled Alpha Dogs. That's why I used to present. I also used to back up dance on the show and back up dance for like some of the acts that I'm working with now. So when I tell them this story, they're like, for real? You back up dance for me in that song? I'm like, yeah, I did. Yeah.
Nice. What are some of the greatest lessons you ever learned from Krim?
That everything takes time. Everything worth like being heard will take time to prepare. So like, you know, just being patient and understanding what I'm trying to achieve at the end of a project, like my target audience, you know, what I'm trying to send out there as a message, you know, a lot of other things.
Yeah. So, you know what, you confused me that night. This moment, you are like a typical Kopala guy. Yes, accent straightforward. Then the next moment you just switch up like, oh yeah, man, you know, Swana man, so I can't do this, man. So I'm like, how did we get to this point? What goes on?
It's because of the background. Like, I'm glad you even brought that out because a lot of people tend to ask me to say, but why doesn't your music sound Zambian as much? Like, you know what? It's influenced from like my background. I was raised in Botswana. Came back to Zambia somewhere in 2012.
How old were you then?
I can't even remember. It's been that long.
Are you for real?
It's been that long.
Why the move from Botswana to Zambia?
Basically, there was a lot of trouble that I used to go through. So, you know, change of scenery really helped out.
So you came to cause trouble here?
No. Right now, I'm causing havoc in a different light.
I mean, like, that's what I mean.
Yeah. So I felt like maybe Zambia wasn't getting the light that it deserved. So I'm here to rescue it.
Nice. And I remember the time that you had Roxa on the track.
Yeah.
It was, well, it still is hard to get to him because you really have to follow the procedure. And, you know, a lot of us are kind of like lazy. We just want easy things, straightforward things. Yeah. So how did you get to meet and convince him to jump on your track?
Well, at that time, me, Roxa, and Krim were kind of in the talks of like certain things. At that time, it hasn't been really hard for me because J-Rox is one person that, you know, has been trying to get me on his label. So we had talks in that sense. So it was always easy for me to get to him.
I'd be mad though.
You know what I mean? It was easy for me to like get to him because of like the relationship we built, even apart from like, you know, him trying to sign me on the label and everything. But it was literally like big brother, small brother kind of relationship. Almost all the time. Somebody.
Nice. Please, I know that you are getting some new fans right now. And that's like one of my favorite songs done by you. Special Somebody. It's always refreshing. Is it 2 years, 3 years?
I recorded that song in 2014.
See?
Yeah. It actually came out in 2014.
But then now it's you know, natural baby. Dun, dun, dun. How does it go? Do like a lick or something for us.
If there is fire on the mountain. That's been long, guys. Don't worry. So what I'll just tell you is that, you know,
that night.
Listen to this.
Okay,
let me actually get into it.
Okay, yeah.
It's like this.
Okay.
For those who don't know, actually, like I started out as a rapper. Full-fledged rapper.
Why the transition?
When I encountered Krim made me realize that there's more to music than just doing music for me. You know what I mean? He made me realize that you don't do music for you. You do music for the people. So when he started shedding some light on like different genres of music, to me it was like, why am I going to start doing this? You know, I received a lot of shade from people that used to follow my music, like in the hip hop world.
Yeah.
But after some time, it really made a lot of sense.
Yeah.
It really made a lot of sense. Like Special Somebody was my breakthrough song. Like beyond, it was even playlisted in South Africa.
It is a huge song.
So I was just like, you know what, Cream was up to something. So even up to now, like to this date, everything that I learned from Cream is what I apply to my music as well. Yeah.
Did he play a part in making you switch from, you know, I don't see the hassle in trying to make it in the, you know, presenting field.
Yeah.
Did Cream play a part in, you know, say, I think music is what I want to do?
No, actually, Cream used to push me to do a lot of things. The presenting gigs, the acting gigs, the hosting gigs, almost everything. You know what I mean? Like Cream was looking at it not in the sense of just music.
Yeah.
He was looking at it in the sense of like dominating the world in whatever field we get into. So when we started doing the music, it was music 100%. When we got into acting, it was acting 100%. When we got into whatever it is that we had at that point, it was 100%.
Nice. Yeah. So now, the time that you released that song, you guys were having 2 issues at your record label. Unfortunately, we lost a talented producer, Cream Dollar. Then may his soul rest in peace, for real. So now, how does Meiji Records come in the picture? Because I honestly didn't know about this record label. I was just shocked when, you know, I saw the signings. They had Tilo, you,
J King.
Who's J King?
He's just right.
Oh, that's, you didn't say the name. You just said that's my fellow.
Yes. Okay, yeah. Meiji Records was introduced to us by actually J King. J King and Mr. Nathan, the CEO of the company. This is a company that's registered in New York,
okay,
in the United States, and we have a branch here, of which we're trying to run and do everything like that. So Meiji Records is basically a company that comes into the music industry, presenting a structure which we haven't had for a long time. You know what I mean? And also making sure that the products we're putting into the system or the industry is a quality product that will speak for itself. Yeah.
When you say structure that we haven't had, what do you mean? What are those things you're talking about?
I bet you also you can testify on this. Like there's no structure to a lot of things. You know what I mean? It's just people doing music. It's just people, you hear music this side, hear music that side, hear music this side. It's only now that you're actually getting to, even know about record labels, trying to make differences in the music industry. And I respect that. But I still feel like we haven't reached a point where we're recognized worldwide. Yeah, it's only now that we have been hearing of like Grammys, and you know what I mean? Which is actually a moment to be proud of.
Let me applaud your team for something that they're doing. When we have to call a spade, you talked about certain structures that have been put in place. Some things that people have neglected, but do actually have something to they actually play a part. For instance, when it comes to your appearance, when it comes to your branding, I feel yes, you're doing it. I've been seeing you doing your tours with your thing. I don't know what is this, your Dreams Never Die? Is it your what is it, your merch?
It's my merch. This is a merch that's even beyond just looking at it as merch, because I feel like the term itself, Dreams Never Die, speaks for a lot of people, not just in the field of music, but in the field of whatever it is you're involved in. I feel like this is what you should have to let people know that if they don't believe in your dream, when it actually works, they'll be the ones supporting you and everything. So make sure you buy one of these.
Yes, interesting. Yeah. Also, I feel like the appearance, making sure I think Dark Knight needs to look like an artist. So let's invest in his appearance. Or maybe I'm just talking, they don't actually do all those things.
No, they do, but then this is one thing people also miss. Like I said, I'm involved in so many things. I actually design the stuff that I'm wearing and all that. So
nice.
The company comes in a light of like enhancing ideas that have already been there for a long time. So this is a product of like collective work, and as much as it's a collective work, it's also a product of like somebody that's driven and has been fighting for the longest.
How and when did you start designing?
It's always been in me. I started designing, I think, way back in primary school. Primary school, we used to have variety shows back in school, and I would always make sure that I put something together, looking looking at like the clothes I had at that time, like I would have sneakers that I would spray paint and do whatever just to make sure that I come out differently from what's around. It's always been there, but then fully, I would say the era of Cream Dollar. That's where like everything just made like materialized and just formed.
Interesting. Let's talk about friendships in the industry. I mentioned to say I only knew about Mechi Records after they signed you and Tilo. And we just we were all taken aback when he said, I've left the record label. And I was one of the people that expected you to leave. I don't know, for some reason I'm like, maybe you're too close to Tilo, you'll also take the same step. I thought you guys were brothers like that. Like if you move, I move. You stay, I stay.
I feel like I'm not at a position to even start answering that. But I will point this fact out. Tilo didn't leave the label. He didn't leave the label. There was just a lot of things that were happening in the background that, unfortunately, things didn't pan out the way they were supposed to. But I still wish him well.
Are you guys in good books?
Yeah, good books.
Oh yeah, he shared your song. Why am I even asking that? He shared your song. Yeah. So there's Tilo. Who else are you like buddies with in the industry besides Nova?
Besides Nova, I'm buddies with a lot of people. Like just yesterday we met Slab D, and his response to the music, the merch, and everything was just amazing. We also met with Pastor Chileshe. And a bunch of others. Like I can't manage to mention all of them, but I have strong ties with a lot of people. So to those who are thinking, they are buying views, they are what, I feel like you guys should pay close attention and learn something.
What should we do? Tell me about it.
You should learn how to, like today I'm here. How many people make the time to come and market the music and the products like this? You know what I mean? It's very few people. I've literally covered the whole flipping Lusaka. In terms of advertising, I've also covered the whole corporate belt in terms of advertising. So you're telling me out of everything that I'm doing and what the company is doing, we can achieve greatness like that.
I love that you brought it up.
Yeah.
This issue of buying views and your name being, one of the names dainted to say this person is doing this because how can he hit 200k views in 2 weeks? How can he do what? So I was just thinking to myself, I even told these guys, I'm like, wait, remember this song was like, his song was one of the biggest songs on TV. At that time, it was only the Z Top 10 that was happening.
Yeah.
And it was number one, right?
Literally, I can tell you this, any radio DJ that can come and testify to say my song wasn't at number one on their lists can, come out and call me out. But I had the biggest song in the country at that point.
Yeah, so now I'm like, if he had the biggest song one of the biggest songs in the country at that point, I mean, it's possible to hit these views. But I went back to check the views for Special Somebody. It's only sitting at 83k.
The thing was, the damage came from like not knowing how to distribute the music. Because at that time, I was just giving out music for free. You know what I mean? So like a lot of people posted it on their platforms, so people would view it on other people's channels, not necessarily mine. So that's what I'm saying. There's now a structure to streamline everything to one.
Nice.
So it's basically that.
If you're given an opportunity to say we're gonna make you, famous like Tekashi 6ix9ine, because those people have like for them it's some of them, not all of them. So they said, let's do this for you. Your record label says, let's do this for you. Let's boost it to like 10 million views. Would you do it?
I feel like it all boils down to what you believe in, honestly. So if that's what I would be directed to as a dream, I wouldn't mind because at the end of the day, what you guys don't understand is that it's the reach, it's people listening, and that's the end goal of an artist. We all just want to be heard. And that's it, you know what I mean? But I wouldn't sell out in that sense. But then I would look at it from an angle of like, an aspect of like, it's business. So in business, a lot of people do marketing. A lot of people, place their products, in certain places to make sure that they realize something at the end of the day.
Honestly, I have no problem buying. Let's all buy. If it means buying, let's all buy.
No, it's all in the business model. If you guys whatever plans you have,
Yeah.
we have our own.
Nice.
So it's either you're right or you're not. Either way, we're okay with it.
Nice one. Did you see the shout out KB gave you about your song concerning this song? DM. He was like, yo, this song by Dark Knight is catchy.
For real?
Yeah, you didn't see that?
I didn't even see that.
Oh wow, yeah, you got a shout out from KB.
Chee.
Yeah, he said, I don't know, there's something about it. It's called something. Maybe I'm revealing things I'm not supposed to be revealing because I think it was in the group where.
For real?
Okay, but yeah.
Oh my God, why am I not in that group?
But
KB,
anyways,
I see you.
yes, KB said this song is catchy. So I'm like, okay, it's a beautiful song. And earlier on you mentioned to say you're not making the typical sound that everybody's making.
Yeah.
Obviously, we can tell there's some authenticity to your sound, right?
Yeah.
So that let's break it down. Let's talk about the creative process. Who produced it?
DM was produced by Mike 44.
Mark 44.
Yeah.
That's why.
And Nigeria's heavyweight producer Oxygen Mix. This guy is responsible for people like Jailboy, Wizkid, Jenny, Davido. He's done works for those people. So this is the guy that I had on like the mixing and mastering and engineering side of it.
How did you get a hold of him?
I have so many connections. Like I'm connected in
so structure, right?
So many connections. Big shout out to my boy JD from Boston Radio that kind of made the link possible.
Nice.
And not forgetting like the views or the vision side of it, we had Mac 44. I mean, what's his name? Mr. Longwe of Real Studios. Big ups to him as well. Big shout out to Tiana as well for coming through and making sure that she laid.
She's laid like she killed.
Oh my God.
She killed it.
People actually think she's my wife. Maybe she is. Is she?
Yes, you guys were so, Oh.
Yeah.
Did that have an effect on your relationships? Like both parties, you, Tiana, were your partners okay with the pecking, the caressing?
When it comes to that, I feel like I'll leave it to the crowd.
What do you
I'll leave it to
mean?
the people to come up with something. They'll ride with whatever it is. They'll decide.
And for some, when you released the trailer, I thought Tiana was actually in the song. I thought she laid some vocals.
Yeah, she's a powerful vocalist, and we've done quite a number of songs together that hopefully will see the light of day one day.
Why did you think of Mark 44?
Because Mark is the best in the country. I always look at him like this guy is really doing something that a lot of people don't really recognize him for. But when we sat down with the team, we felt like he's the person to deliver what we're trying to make sure that the world sees as Zambia.
What's his take on people saying you bought views?
People doing what?
What's his take on people saying you bought the views?
I haven't really sat with him, but I'm sure he can testify as well that
No, now that you mentioned Maga, for real, it's got that fire. It's moving the spirit. No, Mag is like, I don't know, everything he touches tends to good, so he's good like that. Your favorite part in the song?
Napoenda ninakuza, you remember me. I feel like that in itself speaks to a lot of people. Mind you, the whole aim of the song is basically to speak out for men who don't have the voice. In society, men are looked at as emotionless people, but we also actually go through like these heartbreak moments where we even fail to speak out about them because we're going to be judged, seen as weak and all that. So this whole story in this song is based on a true story. This is something that I went through, and I'm one person that now is like an advocate of like stopping suicide and all these things, because I was actually suicidal at some point, thinking about the situation that I went through. I'm like, am I ever going to go through this? I mean, is this ever going to end?
Yeah.
How did you? From that is where I found the courage to just put something out there that people can relate to, not only men but everyone.
How did you overcome your suicidal thoughts?
I feel like working hard. I just worked hard and realized that my life is not centered around that situation. I need to move. And I did that, and today we're here. Oh my God, it's a dream come true. Dreams never die.
Dreams never die for you. Do you have to wait for 1 year for you to give us something, or
No,
we should be expecting?
should be expecting a lot. This was just like testing the waters. So next time when we hit like 12 million views in 1 month, I swear I want people to like really talk. So I've made it a goal. I made it a goal to like literally hit those numbers, because if my brother Yo Maps can do that, why can't I? Like, why is it so hard for people to believe that I can hit such numbers when my brother is doing such numbers as well?
True. Okay, Dark Knight, is there anything else that you want to tell your fans out there? Anything you want to address?
There's only one thing that I would really just want to put out there for people to make sure that they stick by and live by it every day, and that's live your dream, love, and just work hard. That's it.
Just work hard.
Chapwafi. So, if you want to buy views, hit me up. I'll connect you with people who are buying views from. Don't worry, Edna. How much did I pay you to buy a view?
Bro, a lot. You paid a lot. Your social media handles, please let your fans follow you.
Yeah, so for those that are in the bougie side of things,
which is a bougie side?
My Spotify users, my iTunes users, you can find my music on Spotify at KnightZM, Boomplay, KnightZM, Shazam. You can Shazam my music as well. It's everywhere. For my local people, the music is also available on Vesesani. Literally every song that I've ever released, it's available on Vesesani. They do, but not even at you can even manage to support the Zambian music. So that next time when you say, but why is Ama Sevens and I'm an international act? It's because I don't have the money. You guys need to make sure you support. You understand? Yeah, so on Twitter you can find me at KnightZM. I've made it easy actually for everybody to catch me on the socials. It's only one handle everywhere, which is KnightZM on Twitter, KnightZM on Instagram, KnightZM on TikTok, KnightZM on everywhere else. Okay.
Yeah. Shout out, man. All the best. Keep doing your dreams never die.
It's true. And before we leave, we just made sure that we wanted to appreciate you.
This is how you're buying view. You just bought me.
Yeah. We just wanted to, make sure that we show you that we love the work that you're doing.
Oh.
And thank you for helping us buy views. We have a little card in here.
Oh yeah.
It comes with a little message that I don't know if you would like to read for the people.
Of course, let me read it. Yeah. Ish, guys. Okay. My name on it. Why did you say EDNA? I appreciate it. At least you know my surname.
Because we do research.
Yeah, at least you know my surname. So he says, thank you for boarding flight. Dreams never die. This is your captain, Dark Knight ZM. We expect clear skies, great fashion, and beautiful music. Hashtag fly.
As you take that
what?
Flight. Huh? Hashtag what?
DND. Do you know this tape?
No.
Or it's got something else? Please tell me.
Do your research. Okay, as you're aboard that flight, that you're supposed to be enjoying the flight as you are, do you understand? I don't know if I'm supposed to.
Are these guys paying you? Because, bruv, you've been doing a lot. They need to pay you. Dark Knight.
Don't worry.
Sancho, appreciate it.
You're most welcome. We also had a little t-shirt that we just wanted to make sure that you the whole movie.
Dreams never die. Thanks. Every time I rock this, I'll know that my dream is valid.
Thank you for having me, Edna.
Thank you. I appreciate it, Dark Knight.
Shout out to the ZMB family. I hope you guys enjoy the music as much as everybody else is.
Guys, I'm going to enjoy my journey. In case we don't release an episode next time, Thank you so much, Dark Knight. Hey, all the best, my guy.
Thank you.
Just do you.
Sure.
Looking forward to that new music. But why didn't you get signed to Head? I know your team is here, but what happened? What happened to the deal with Head for Music?
Head for Music. At the time Head for Music came in play, I was working with $1. I've always been one person that's not a fan of like.
You don't want to be everywhere.
I value loyalty a lot. So I feel like if I start with people, I need to finish with people because you can imagine a situation where Krim put in so much. You know what I mean? Not only the time, but there was a whole lot that he put in. Imagine just because a better opportunity presented itself, I jumped to that. Like, how do I live my brother in such a situation? So, in as much as I'm not trying to leave Krim, I'm also trying to make sure that the core collaborations is also working on the side. So that's why I made sure that I also make J-Rocks understand that it's more than the music and it's also more than the money. You know what I mean? It's all about family, and I feel like that's what I stand for. It's all about building a team, moving with the team, succeeding with the team. Even if we fought with the team as well.
I get it. Alrighty. Thanks to everybody that has been watching ZMB Talks. Momo on a dark night. Please follow him on all his socials. He's got dope music. Best believe. When I say it, you know it's dope. So please remember to share, subscribe in case you haven't subscribed. Yo, we have 60K subscribers. Eh?
Oh my god.
Are you aware?
To reach those levels. I'm not aware.
Are you aware?
For everybody that watches, please send me a screenshot so that I pay your money for the view.
Oh, that's what we want. Ish, I've been your girl EDNA. This is ZMB Talks. Till next time, it's bye.